Good morning, my dear students. Today we're going to talk about circumference of the circle. Okay, we have two rules to find the circumference of the circle. The first one, when we have the length of the radius, so we're gonna use this 2 pi r. Or if we have the length of the diameter, so we're gonna use pi d. This is our two rules. We will use it for the circumference of the circle. C, it means the circumference of the circle. Okay, pi, it's approximated as a number, maybe 3.14 or 22 over 7, according to the number which I have in the questions, okay? So this is a C, circumference of the circle equals pi. Pi, it's a number. It will be 3.14 or 22 over 7. Okay, it's a rule in the circle. Okay, this is D, the diameter length, and R is the radius. Okay, so when I want to find using the opposite diagram, we know that. Okay, when I want circumference, it's pi multiplied by d. Okay, circumference equals pi multiplied by d. And if I want the d, its diameter, I will put what? Circumference over pi. Okay, okay, and if I want the pi, circumference over d. So this is our magic triangle. Circumference up equals pi d, and if I want d, circumference over pi. Okay, and the opposite one, look here, circumference, if they give me the radius length, it's a 2 pi r. Okay, if I want r, circumference over 2 pi. Okay, and if I want pi, circumference over 2 radius. Okay, this is very important. This is our rules for the circumference of the circle. Okay, let's start to solve. Okay, the question is find the circumference of the circle with diameter 21. This is what the length of the diameter, and this is what pi. Pi equals what? 22 over 7. So I'm gonna use 22 over 7 in instead of the word pi or the simple pi, and I will use 21 instead of d diameter. So I'm gonna write the rule circumference equals what? Pi d. Okay, so pi, it will be 22 over 7 multiply d, the diameter, so the answer will be 66 centimeter. Okay, so when I want the circumference of the circle which radius of 10 centimeter and the pi equals 3.14, what should I do? The rule is circumference equals 2 pi r. Okay, so I'm gonna put 2 multiplied by 3.14 multiplied by the radius length 10. Okay, 2 multiply 3.14 multiply 10. Okay, this is the answer, 62.8. Okay, find the length of the radius. They want me to find the length of the radius. Okay, and I have what? I have the circumference. Circumference is the c, and I have pi. So I'm gonna put the rule of the circumference, which have the radius. Okay, to r equals what? C over 2 pi. Okay, when I want the radius, the rule is what? C equals 2 pi r, and I want now the radius. Okay, what should I do? Radius equals what? Circumference over 2 pi. Okay, and here the circumference is equals what? 47.1 over 2 multiply 3.14. Okay, that's all. Okay, the answer will be 7.5. Okay, remember that perimeter of a square, it's a side by 4. Perimeter of rectangle, length plus width multiplied by 2. The perimeter of any shape, the length of its outline of the shape. Okay, look here. The perimeter which is greater. Okay, I have to compare here between the perimeter of a rectangle, dimension 7 and 8, and the circumference of the circle, its radius is 14 centimeter. Okay, perimeter of rectangle, length plus width by 2. 7 plus 8 multiplied by 2, it will be 30 centimeter. And then the circumference of the circle, this is what the radius. So the rule I'm gonna use 2 pi r. Okay, 2 multiplied by 22 over 7 multiplied by 14. The answer will be 88 centimeters. So which one is greater? The circumference of the circle. Okay. Look here, find the circumference of the circle whose radius length equals the side length of the square whose perimeter is 56. So you have to think about what I have here. I have only the perimeter of the square. So the perimeter of a square. So I need what? I need the side of a square. Why I need it? Because they told me what? That the radius length equals what? Equals the side length of the square. So before I start, I have to what? The perimeter of a square equals what? Side by 4. And then I have here the perimeter. So I'm gonna what? Divided the perimeter over 4. The perimeter of a square equals what? 56 over 4. So the number will be 14 centimeter. What is this? 14 centimeter is what? The side length of the square. And they told me here that the radius length equals what? The side length of the square. So this is what? This is the radius I'm gonna use to get the circumference of the circle. So as we know that the radius of this circle in this question only, okay, equals the side length of the square. So the circumference equals what? 2 pi r. It will be 2 multiplied 22 over 7 multiplied by 14. The answer will be 88. Okay. The radius length of the tire of Hazen bicycle is 49. Okay. This is the radius length. Find the distance covered in 8 complete rotation. Okay, so I have the radius, so I'm gonna get what? The circumference. 2 pi r. The answer will be here 300.8. I have here what? 8 complete rotation. So 8 multiply this number, the circumference. Okay, this is the distance covered. Okay. I have, this is important questions. Calculate the perimeter of the opposite figure where L pi equals 22. This is what? This is half circle and this is half circle, semicircle and semicircle. So I consider this part and this part as one circle. So I'm gonna start by getting what? The circumference of the circle. Circumference of the circle equals what? This is the diameter. So it will be the length of the diameter, the length of the two opposite sides of the rectangle, the two semicircles which make the complete circle. The length of the two sides, 10 plus 10 equals 20. And the circumference of the circle, pi d, 2.1 multiply 22 over 7. The answer will be 6.6. So I'm gonna do what? I want the perimeter of this shape. So this shape is contained with what? Two semicircle and rectangle. So I'm gonna add the circle, the circumference of the circle plus what? The two side lengths of the rectangle. The answer will be 22.6. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you, and I hope you understand all I said. Okay, thank you.